Do you see any other shirts that look like that shirt? Cause I don't see no other shirts that look like that. So whatever, that's cool. You can send me home because you've been looking for a reason. I want you to physically remove me from the store and get up. Play with me if you want to.
I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Sure that you cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Yeah, like control.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lisa, and I am back again with another epic, juicy, drama-filled ghetto story time. And I know y'all see the title of the video. This manager, she really thought she was a momager, and I had to let that hoe know to stop playing with my top, because that's what y'all gonna stop doing, is playing with me like I'm some scary girl. I'm not scary, okay? But anyways, if you're new to the channel, welcome to my channel. You're gonna love it here. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. But if you keep coming back, you might as well subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber or a new subscriber, what's up, boo? What's goody? Thank you for subscribing, because my subscriber count been going up a little bit, so I appreciate y'all for that. Before I even get into the story, make sure y'all tap in with me on my Instagrams. I'm gonna put it right there, okay? And two other disclaimers. My nails are a little jacked up right now, but my nail appointment is Friday, so don't clock me. And I know I have a little pimple on my face, so don't clock me on that either. Now, let's get into the story. So obviously, y'all see the title of the story. I fought my manager because this lady, she really had it coming to her. She was just picking with me bad. And I'm going to try to make this story as long as possible, as short as possible. But y'all, there is a lot to unpack with this story and what transpired. So y'all wondering, okay, your manager obviously was at a job. What job was this? This is when I was working at Mad Rag. And for my girls that know what Mad Rag is, y'all know what Mad Rag is. But for my girls that don't, Mad Rag is basically one of those like affordable, cheap type of stores where they got cute little outfits. Like you go there on some last minute, you trying to get some last minute stuff for your trip to go out or whatever the case may be, that's where you go. It's kind of like a Rainbow or like a Mandy's. That's the type of store Mad Rag is. And I got this job my sophomore year of college, like right in the beginning, because if y'all watched the I Got Scam story, y'all know your girl was broke. Okay, well, after that story was I broke, I got this job like probably like 8-9 months later, okay? Because we're not gonna get into the other financials that I was getting into, but yeah. So got this job, and I got this job on a whim, y'all. But yeah, let me make sure I tell y'all too, like, I'm gonna give y'all backstory before we get to the actual, like, what led to me having a, you know what I'm saying? Boom. When I got hired at Mad Rag, it was literally a random day. It was actually not even a random day. It was homecoming weekend at my college. So if y'all know what homecoming weekend is, you already know. Homecoming weekend is all types of situations going on. So you know I needed a little fit, and I was getting my fit with my refund check. Drop a dollar sign in the comments if you know about the refund check from your college. Okay, you know when them refund checks was hitting, they was hitting. So I went to Mad Rag because it was literally right near my school. They had like a shuttle that went to the downtown area of our location, and the Mad Rag was right over there. So I went over there with this girl. We gonna call her Big Bird because I'm gonna use her for future stories because she not safe either.
Got him.
Okay, so being Big Bird, we had went to Mad Rag looking for our little outfits. And then there was this nice Spanish lady in there, and we gonna call her Selena. Yeah, that's what I just thought of, Selena. So Selena, she rang us up and stuff. She was like, "Oh my God, you girls are so pretty. Oh my gosh, you guys are so young and pretty, da 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 da. Like, are you guys looking for work? Do any of y'all need a job?" I was like, I need a job. I definitely need a job. She was like, "Oh my God, okay. Let me introduce you to the manager so we could have you fill out your paperwork." Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, bet. Cause girl, I real life needed a job. So she pulls out the manager, and off rip, y'all, the manager's energy was like a little off. Okay, it's like she saw me, and it's like she saw an old op. Like, I could. So, anyways, she came out, and we're gonna call her Roly Poly. And why I'm calling her Roly Poly, if y'all watch Baddies, like, she kind of was built like Roly Poly. I'm no shade, no disrespect. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Or I could call her, you know what? No, that's dragging it. If I call her this other name, we just call her Roly Poly. Roly Poly and Selena, they was up there in age. Like, I want to say they was probably like in their 40s. They had to been in their 40s. So Roly Poly came out. Selena was like, "Oh, this girl's looking for a job." Da, da, da. I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Da, 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 da. And she's like, "Okay, hi." I was like, that's a little dry.
That's suspicious.
But okay. They gave me the application. Oh no, they didn't even give me the application. Roly Poly, she talked to me for probably like 5 minutes. She was like, "Okay, come back on Tuesday," because I think that day was Saturday. I was like, "Okay, bet." And she said, "Come in like business attire," or something like that. And y'all, before I even proceed with this story, this was like the first job that like I really got on my own, because my first job, like technically my first job, was through summer youth employment. And if you from NYC, you already know what summer youth employment is. It says it in the name. It's employment for the youth. So my mom basically helped me with that situation, and blase boom. But this was me. It was all me. Big girl things, big girl bag. Okay, so boom, I had came back on Tuesday, and when I had came back for like, I guess, the interview, I think she felt some type of way. She was tight because my outfit, what I wore, I guess it wasn't business casual enough for her, because I think I wore jeans. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But at this age, I think I was 19 years old at this point, y'all. So it's like, I know my mom gave me some type of etiquette, but it's like I'm in college, like really on my own. Like if I was at home, my mom would have made sure I left the house with the right outfit. But it didn't happen like that. So I was like, "Oh, I thought you said business casual." Like, she was like, "Whatever, here's the application, fill it out, da da da." She was like, let's say she's like I said, y'all, it was Tuesday. She said, "Okay, you're gonna start on Friday." I was like, "Okay." So I came in on Friday, and it's a clothing store, y'all. So it's only so much that you could do in a clothing store. So I came in. I think she had somebody train me, and she was like, to start you off, basically what you're going to do right now is tag and alarm close. You're going to help customers around the store. Our fitting rooms are locked. They need a key to be open. So if somebody needs to try on some clothes, open the door for them. And basically any clothes that get messed up or misplaced, you put them back in their designated areas. I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine with me. And if you worked in a clothing store, you already know like how repetitive and tiring things can get when all you're doing is walking around helping customers all day. I'm sorry, I thought I got a notification. Walking around helping customers all day and tagging an alarm and close. And that wasn't an everyday. That was my favorite part, because it actually gave me something to do other than standing around. And y'all, the clothes, if y'all worked in retail, y'all already know the way the clothes be. Like, you could fix a rack, and then like 5 minutes later you come back to that same rack and shit is all over the place. So that's what will really go on in that store. So it was a decent amount of girls working there. Of course, Roly Poly had her favorite, and I'm gonna actually call her JA. If y'all watched the last story time, y'all know that the dude that worst date ever, he was from Jamaica. But this girl, she was from Jamaica too, and she was fresh off the boat. And that's where her and Roly Poly connected, because they was both Jamaican. So JA, first of all, this girl was favoritism 101. Like, she got the most hours in the store. Like, she could come in late, do whatever she want, and Roly Poly would never like clock this girl at all. Like, she was like her shooting star. Like, when I tell y'all, and mind you, JA, she never did the work that everyone else did in the store. Like, granted, okay, she was probably there longer, but like, JA was behind the cash register all day. Like, she never had to like deal with customers in the front. She never had to put clothes back. Like she'll put two or three things back, and that was it. And I want to add too, at the end of our shift, like if you work the closing shift, you basically had to make sure the store was clean, obviously, and sweep the store. Like cause I didn't get hired to be a custodian, but okay, I'm a sweep because I'm new. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I think when I started noticing that Roly Poly really was starting to dislike me, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I will take accountability. I called out like 2 or 3 weeks into working there, and obviously that's unprofessional. I didn't even make my 90 days yet, but it was like a night, I think I had went out with my ex Crazy, and if y'all recognize our name for watching other story times, we had went out to like a haunted house the night before, didn't get back till mad late, and child, I was only off of like 2-3 hours of sleep. Like around them times, like I wasn't really built for that, and I think I was a little drunk too, like so I was not trying to go to work. And I think I was one of the openers too, and I had called her. I'm like, hey, Roly Poly, like, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be able to come in today. Like, I'm really, really, really sick. I've been throwing up.
I can't go out. I'm sick.
And y'all know what this lady told me? She was like, but you're an opener. Like, who am I going to have open the store? Like,
shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
I'm like, I don't know, but I told you, like, I'm really sick and I've been throwing up. She's like, okay, hangs up. I'm like, okay, like that's weird. Oh, and I think I forgot to say too, like, I think I told her like, oh, I'm gonna go to the doctor and see what's going on. So when I had came in the next day, I didn't think she was going to really ask me for a doctor's note, but sure enough, she said, oh, where's your doctor's note? I was like, oh, I didn't wind up getting one. I didn't wind up going to the doctor. Like, I just slept it off. And she just looked at me like, I'm like, do you have a problem? Like, okay, so now it's coming to the point where I've already been working in for a couple of weeks. And like I said, y'all, this is my first job that I've gotten on my own. So it's like I'm still going through the motions and still going through the experience to know like what should and shouldn't be. It came to a point where I think I was getting like 4 days on the schedule at one point, and then like when I first got put on, and then all of a sudden your girl was only getting 2 days, which totaled to about 11 hours a week. Now, if y'all work a 9 to 5, if y'all ever had a job where you needed your money to pay for stuff, is 11 hours a week enough money? With like a check that's like what? I think around this time, the checks was like $10.50 an hour. Okay? So if we do the math, I'm not doing the math right now, but I'm gonna do it, in the edit. That ain't a lot of money. What am I doing with that? What is that, like $200? Like, if I'm off the dome, I'm thinking like that's $200 for every 2 weeks. Selena, she had pointed out to me one day, she was like, yo, like, because when we would get the schedule, it was on some like old school stuff. Like, the schedule would come out like every Sunday, and Roly Poly would print it on a sheet of paper, and you basically had to come into work to find out what your schedule was like. Y'all, I really had to go dig in the archives too to find a picture of this schedule so y'all know I wasn't capping. And as y'all can see, I have everything highlighted. You see my schedule, you see JA schedule, and you see Roly's schedule. And as y'all can see, me and some other girl had the least amount of hours in the store. And this time around, y'all can see the dates. It's around Christmas time, December, so everyone had a little more hours than usual because the store got busy. But we gonna get into Christmas. Stay tuned. Like, mind you, she had everybody's phone number. You would think she would just take a picture of the schedule and send it out to everyone and let everyone know their hours for the week. No, you had to look at the paper. So when I came in one day after the schedule was made, Selena was like to me, oh my gosh, like, this lady is playing around with you. Da, 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 da. I'm like, huh? Why you say? She was like, oh, because she only has you on the schedule for 11 hours. I'm like, And the younger me, I'm not really realizing like that's little to no money. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's off, because JA is on the schedule every day of the week. And then when I started noticing as well, y'all, that one, it was a girl who was hired probably like not that long after me. She was hired like maybe like a week after me. And I started noticing, including her, the new girl, that everyone in the store but me was trained on how to work the cash register. So I started noticing that. I'm like, that's weird, because mind you, I told y'all roly-poly energy towards me was already off. So I'm telling Selena, I'm like, oh yeah, and she never trained me to be on a cash register, yet there's a girl who's hired 2 weeks after me, and she knows how to work the cash register. Like, why am I sitting around doing all the slave work? And it's like, it was always my little fantasy as a kid to always be behind the cash register, like ringing people. When you play house and little stuff like that, you would ring people up, here's your groceries, stuff like that. I always wanted to do that. But then when I finally did it, I was like, yeah, no, this is ghetto. But this is for this time purposes. So Selena was like, oh, you should ask her, if you can learn how to work the register. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask her one day. I'm gonna ask her. So I went up to, and mind you, y'all, these were the days too where, I was young. I was 19 years old. So when it came to management, I let it get, with this lady, I let it get to a point where I was at my wit's end and I basically blew up on her. But the Alicia today, I'm not playing with no managers, because the mindset that I had then was that, oh my God, like, this is my manager. I need to respect them as if they're my elder because they have the power to take away my job. No. And if you young and if you new into the workforce, do not let these managers walk all over you, because I need to let y'all know, like, managers are regular people. That's my mindset today. Managers are regular people, and when y'all clock out, they can get it. They're just people. They literally are employees just like you. They just have a higher title and they just get paid a little bit more. So don't let these managers play with y'all. Like, for real. Like, I have a whole Karen manager right now, and I've had to whip her into place several occasions, and she know not to play with me because I'm not one of them. Okay, but anyways, I'm digressing. So boom, it came the day where I finally went up to Roly Poly, and I was like, on some church mousy type of shit, and I was like, hey, Roly Poly, so I wanted to know, like, could I get trained to work the cash register, since everyone else in the store knows how to work the cash register as well. Let me show y'all what she did. Let's pretend she was like shuffling with some papers. So I'm asking her, and she's like, no. And continues doing what she was doing. I was like, mind you, Selena was standing right there, because Selena was like, I'll be nearby when you ask, just in case, da da da. I was like, and mind you, to me today would be like, okay, what's the reason that I can't learn than everyone else in the store? But y'all, I was a bit, like I said, what my mindset was there. I was just like, okay. Because I'm not going to sit here and beg you to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's cool. Selena was fake, because Selena would talk ish about Roly Poly, like, behind her back to me, to the other co-workers and stuff. But like, when she would be in front of Roly Poly's face, she would be like a kiss ass. Like, she would be like, Roly Poly, let's say this was her ass, Roly Poly, oh my God. But behind closed doors, she was dogging her out. And y'all, I think this is what added to Roly Poly trying to come at me sideways too, because it was one day I was in a fitting room, like, clearing out clothes, and Selena was there, and Selena was talking wild-ish about Roly Poly. Why did Roly Poly walk into the fitting room? And when, I know y'all know the feeling of, why is there like a little piece of lint flying? Like, I know y'all know the feeling of when, let's say you walk into a room and all of a sudden everyone stops talking. Why? Because they were talking about you. That's exactly what happened. Like, Roly Poly came into the fitting room and we were just like, Like, she knew we was talking about her, but I don't really care because bitch, okay? So time is going by, and mind you, y'all, I want to point this out too. Like, I was only at this job from like October to December 31st. Why? I know, because it was December 31st exactly. Y'all gonna see why. Y'all gonna see why, okay? So what is that? October. That's like 2 months, y'all. I was even at this job. Now Thanksgiving is rolling around, and around this time, you know, I wanted to go to Thanksgiving. Like, I did not want to come to this job. And the thing about when you go to college, like any type of big holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you have a break. Like, they force you out of the dorms. I just knew that, like, yeah, I want to spend Thanksgiving with my family. I do not want to come to this job because I would have had to travel on the Metro North, which is like a 2-hour ride just to come to this bum a job. No, not doing that. So this Thanksgiving, because I have family in Philadelphia, so Thanksgiving was at the Philadelphia crib this year, and my mom, you know, she had already booked the hotel and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just tell them that I'm gonna go. And mind you, okay, I will take accountability, y'all, because I did tell her, like, literally with only a week in advance notice. But it is what it is. Like, I don't know why you thought I was gonna come in on Thanksgiving. Like, it is what it is. So it was one day where it was like a closing shift, right? This was a week before Thanksgiving. And you know, when you work in like a retail store, any store where you gotta count the drawers at the end of the night, nobody can leave the store until the drawers are counted and the money is accurate. So again, this is a situation where Selena is there, probably another co-worker, because it was only me and somebody else, and Roly Poly. And Roly Poly was counting the money. And I was like, hey, Roly Poly, so for Thanksgiving, for that Thursday and a Friday, I'm not going to be able to come in because I have plane tickets already booked to go somewhere for Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to come in those days. She was like, so you telling me this now? Like, I'm like, I mean, yeah, like, she was like, okay, but I was going to put you on the schedule to work for Thanksgiving.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I'm like, okay, I mean, I could ask my mom to cancel the plane tickets. Like, she was like, you kissing your teeth now? You kissing your damn teeth? She kissed her teeth, aka sucked her teeth, like, is there something wrong with your mouth, miss? Like, so she did that. She was like, your mother, she's not gonna cancel the plane tickets. Just go. You could just go. So I just went, oh, okay, you dismissing me? All right, let me get up out of here. Let me get up on out of here. So I dipped out, right? And of course, when I came back to the job, she was still giving me attitude. I was just trying to make it through the motions because I didn't need the job, but I still wanted it because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, at the time when I was dealing with my ex crazy, he was pushing some stuff, if you know what I'm saying. He was pushing stuff, and I was a little trap queen on the campus, okay? I was a little trap queen on the campus. I know that's hard to believe looking at this face. Like, she was trapping, I was trapping in college. I was trapping. So I was making trap money plus the money from this job. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Plus my ex was still just giving me money too. So it was like, I didn't really need the job, but I wanted the job to have extra money to do whatever it is I wanted to do. This store was open 365 days a year. Y'all slave people to give them chump change and have them working in conditions. Mad rag. Anyways, so boom. Open 365 days a year, right? So because I was off on Thanksgiving, I'm thinking that, okay, I'm definitely going to have to work on Christmas. Like, this is not going to be an enjoyable Christmas because I'm going to have to work on Christmas. And who wants to work on Christmas and have to travel all the way to Westchester from where I'm at? And it's cold. Didn't want to do that. So she had put out the schedule that week or the week of Christmas, whatever the case may be. And I seen that she didn't have me on the schedule for Christmas Day. I'm like, oh my God. Because this is one of them jobs too, your schedule change every week. Like, of course you have your availability, but the schedule changes every week. The week of comes, or I think it was, child, I really don't remember because this is years ago at this point. This was like 2017, y'all. We in 2022. We about to be in 2023. Okay? I'm trying to remember. So it was like either Christmas Eve or a day or two before that. She talking to me all night. She's talking to me nice and stuff. And she's like, she meaning roly poly. She's like, oh, hey Alicia. I know I made this schedule already, but would you mind working on Christmas? Being all nice to me and all smiley in my face. Like, girl, did you forget the energy that you've been giving me? Why are you all smiley? Because you want me to come in on Christmas? I was like, no, I can't come in on Christmas. Like, I already made plans.
Got him!
She was like, okay, oh, I just hit the mic. Y'all, I got a microphone now. I just hit it. I don't know if y'all heard a bang, but disregard. Let me see if hopefully I didn't mute the microphone. Hold on, because I don't even. All right, y'all, we good, we live. Let me make sure my lash is not, okay. We live, we in action. So yeah, I wasn't working on Christmas. You already made the schedule, you snooze, you and lose. And you know why she was asking me? Because originally, J.A., her teacher's pet, was on the schedule to work on Christmas. Mind you, this girl was working 6 days a week. Like, she needed her coin for whatever she needed her coin for. I don't know. But, I don't know, maybe J.A. didn't want to work on Christmas. That's a y'all problem. For real. That's a y'all problem. I'm not working on this day. This is Jesus's day. Okay? I'm not working on Christmas. So, all right, whatever. Now it's Christmas Eve, right? And Christmas Eve was a busy day, I guess, because people was doing last minute shopping to get their, either if they wanted to buy somebody clothes or maybe their little Christmas dinner fit. You gotta have the Christmas dinner fit, blah, blah, blah. So it was real busy. And I was just standing around, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just standing around because it's like at this point, I didn't even know what to do. I had, organized all the shelves and stuff. Not the shelves, like the clothes and stuff like that. No customers needed my help. There was no clothes to tag up an alarm. Like, what y'all want me to do? You ain't teach me how to work the cash register. So what you want me to do? I'm just standing around, just looking around, just waiting for a customer to ask me for some help and stuff like that. So Roly Poly gonna come up to me like mad aggressive, like with an attitude. I don't even remember the exact words, but I think she had asked me rudely, because that's how she would talk to me, like a rude bitch. Oh, move these leggings to like some other area. And I think I had moved them to the next area that she asked me to move them to. And then she pulled up on me again with an attitude like, didn't I say da-da-da? I was like, and I snapped at her because it's like, at this point, you're not going to keep talking to me out the side of your neck. Like, you're not going to keep doing that. I don't care who you are.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
She been trying me. She been pulling my whole car. Like, she was really pulling my whole car. So I had snapped at her. I was like, didn't you see me moving? And she backed off. She backed off. Like, she probably was like, oh, this one's, she actually got a mouth on her. Yeah, ho. Yeah, stop playing with me. So when I did that, like, she literally didn't speak to me for the rest of the day. Like, she left me alone. And that was that. I'm like, okay, maybe I finally got this hoe where I wanna. Like, maybe I really got this guy. I really got. No. Lies. I had her for that day. But dealing with the roly poly that I was dealing with, she's the type of person that she gonna keep trying you. All right. So now it's New Year's Eve, because y'all know New Year's Eve is literally only a few days after Christmas Eve. And I'm working on New Year's Eve, right? Busy day. that was like the busiest day. Like all hands was on deck that day because, you know, New Year's Eve, and I am even guilty of this too, being a person that is last minute shopping for a fit on New Year's Eve. So the store was really busy. It's like anytime you would clean up stuff, literally not even 5 minutes later, like 1 minute later, the whole section was messed up. It's people coming in on a revolving door. Is this person that needs help, that person, that person, that person, that person, that person. So that's how the day was going. It was busy, it was chaotic. So it was like a slow moment in the day. And like I said, y'all, when it's nothing for me to do, like the racks are clear, the racks are clean, the fitting rooms are empty, like there's no clothes in there, there's no clothes for me to put back, I'm just standing there waiting on a customer to come in because I don't have nothing else to do. So I think Roly Poly, she was just bored, so she wanted to pick at me over something. So she was like, mind you, this is crucial, y'all. It's like 12 o'clock at this point, and my shift this day, I believe it was from like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So Roly Poly, she gonna go come up to me. She was like, Alicia, can you move this shirt to where it's supposed to be? I'm like, where is it supposed to go? Because I don't see any other shirts that look like this. She was like, over there. Over there? Oh, okay. And y'all, when I tell y'all, like, this was probably the last shirt of this batch. This was the last shirt. Because when I tell y'all, like, I could not find an identical shirt that matched that to put it where it was supposed to be. Because if you worked in retail, you already know, like, some stuff will sell out to the point where it's like there's no restock of the clothes, and you just got 1 or 2 shirts left of one shirt, and y'all just need to sell it just to get it off the rack. So you talking about over, and I'm telling you, she was like, over there. Like, I'm sorry, am I bothering you? So, okay, because I asked her, where do I put the shirt? And you shooed me off, and mind you, she was walking away when she said that too, over there. I put it over there. And over there was like 1 rack over. Okay, it was 1 rack over because my thing is, if you was over where I was standing and you seen a shirt that was in an area that you didn't want it to be in, you could have easily took your roly poly tail self and put the goddamn shirt where you wanted to put it. But you over here, over there, when you could have moved it yourself. So, okay, I moved it, whatever, to wherever I wanted to put it, since you didn't elaborate. So, all right, the day is going by. Like I told y'all, it's really busy, y'all. So, it was a lot of customers coming in and out. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I'm a fashion god, but I could put a little 1, 2, 3, 4 fits together. So, it was a lot of women coming in there asking me for help with putting outfits together for them. So, that's how I was basically spending my day being a stylist. Just putting together outfits for people, bringing them to the fitting room, checking out to see if it fit, this, that, and the fourth, blah, 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 say boom. Okay. So now everything is winded down, y'all, and this is where it's about to get crazy. So make sure y'all tune in. So, like I told y'all early in the story, when you a closer, you know, you have certain duties that you need to do: sweep the floors, make sure that all the clothes is put back, this, that, and the fourth, blah, blah, blah. So, mind you, it's probably like 30 minutes before we're actually about to close. So I start. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to get out of there. It's New Year's Eve. I had a little function that I was going to afterwards. I was trying to get out of there. So I made sure the fitting rooms was clear. Or I think I was communicating with one of my coworkers. So we was like, girl, let's make sure we got all our P's and Q's dotted on the line so that we could get up on out of here. I'm like, girl, yes, let's do it. So she was doing whatever. And I think I had put away some clothes. And I was just sweeping out the back. And I was really like, I don't want to say I was on a high, but I was in a good mood because literally like the last customer of the night, she was really happy. This customer, she was very happy, you know, with the service that I gave her because, y'all, when I tell you she was in the store for like, I want to say 30 minutes just walking around, couldn't find anything, and obviously she needs her New Year's Eve fit. I was able to help her find the outfit and put together her outfit. So now, in the midst of her giving me my flowers, I think Selena was at the register and ringing her up, and Roly Poly was nearby to where she could hear that the girl was bigging me up. She was like, yo, like, this is y'all best worker. Like, she really loves her job. Like, she really helped me find an outfit and da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you know, I'm gonna hook you up. You know, I'm gonna hook you up. You know, I'm gonna hook you up. So in the midst of all of this, I'm sweeping, you know, the back of the store, cleaning up and stuff. And I see Roly Poly, like, fake aggressively walk to the front of the store. And I'm looking like, that's weird. Like, she got a package up there. She ordered food. Like, why she walking like that? But I'm like, whatever. So the girl get ring out. She leave out the store. Now it's no more customers in the store. It's just me, one of my other co-workers, Selena, and I forgot to mention, Selena was kind of like a shift leader type of situation, and Roly Poly. So Roly Poly is walking back to the back of the store now. And mind you, I'm sweeping like in front of the registers. So she walking back mad aggressively, but I'm not paying her no mind. Roly Poly come up to me. She's like, yeah, Alicia, you could just clock out and go. You could just clock out and go. With an attitude. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, okay, what did I do for you to come out the woodworks telling me to clock out and go? So that's exactly what I asked her. I'm like, my shift ends in 30 minutes. Like, why are you telling me to clock out and go? Like, what's the reason that you're telling me to clock out and go? She's like, oh, because I've been told you from earlier in the day to move that shirt and you still haven't moved it.
Huh?
I was like, so now this is when I get on demon time. Because y'all remember I said earlier, I asked her, where does the shirt go? And you shooed me off and said, over there. And you walked away. So you ain't even really tell me where the shirt was supposed to go. So yes, I put it one rack over, because where was the shirt supposed to go? There was no other shirts like that. So at this point, y'all, like I said, I'm on demon time. I just start blacking on her. I'm like, yo, you're really bugged the out, bitch. No, I don't think I call her a bitch right away. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. You've been picking at me. You've been looking for a reason to try to send me home. You've been looking for a reason to say something, because I asked you where that shirt went. I asked you and you just shooed me off. Do you see any other shirts that look like that shirt? Because I don't see no other shirts that look like that. So whatever. That's cool. You can send me home because you've been looking for a reason. You've been looking for a reason. I started black. When I tell you I was black, like, I don't remember all the exact words, y'all, because again, this was years ago. But when I tell y'all, I started wilding her out, because it's at a point now where it's like, she basically was fake bullying me because she had a title. And it's like, that's one thing that is just like, if we was outside of this job, like, your behavior wouldn't have went as far as it went. And I think it's because you think I'm some scary girl, some scary ass hoe. Like, you thought that you could play with me the way you could. But it's like, now I'm gonna show you how I really get. This day, my mom was picking me up. So I called my mom. I'm like, hey, mommy, like, you almost here? She's like, yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away. I'm like, all right. Because this lady trying to send me home early and stuff like that, over some bull, this, that, and the fourth. And now that she's seen, like, that I was turning up, like, she's seen a whole new girl. She seen I was turning up. She was still trying to go back and forth with me, but, like, it wasn't on the same energy that I was on. Because when I tell you I went from 0 to 100, she was on, like, 50, okay? I was on 100. Like, I was ready to pop that ass, like, for real. So I'm getting my stuff. She's still fake going back and forth with me. I'm like, you suck my you like, I was wilding her out. Like, at this point, I knew, like, this was my last day working at this job, because I could not do it no more. Y'all. So now, y'all, I'm at the front of the store. I called my ex and I'm blacking on the phone to him. I'm like, yo, this dumb bitch. Da, 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 da. I'm just talking wild crazy. Like, I'm talking wild crazy because I want her to run up and do something so I could beat her up. Like, I was so ready to beat her up, y'all. And while I'm talking, because mind you, y'all, I'm waiting for my mom to pick me up. And if you're from the northeast part of the country, of the US, you already know, like, December 31st is one of the coldest days that you can encounter. This day specifically, it was 7 degrees. Yeah, it was 7 degrees outside. So I definitely was not going outside and waiting for my mother, because if y'all know anything about single digits, not even just single digits, like below freezing temperatures, like, it's cold, and a jacket is not gonna keep you warm. Like, you the best bet is to walk around in those conditions, but standing still, you gonna be cold. So I'm like, yeah, like, it's to the point where, like, if you touch the door, you gonna feel the briskness on your hand. So I was waiting by the front of the store because my mom was like, oh, she was 10 minutes away anyways. So I'm waiting for my mom to pick me up. So I'm still blacking. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend. I'm telling him or my ex, I'm telling him what's going on. Like, yo, this dumb bitch. Like, I'm just being wild disrespectful because I just want her to do something so I have a reason to pop her in her face. So she comes over to where I'm at, like, in the front. So, like, let's say I'm here. There's, like, a table, right? And the door is, like, right. The door is... Let me do it like this. Let me use an object. So this is like a table, right? And the door, like the entrance to the store, is right in front of it. So I'm standing like right in front of here, right? She gonna go come over, like over here. And let's say like over here is like a rack of clothes. She gonna start fiddling with the rack. And cause now at this point, she not arguing back with me. Cause like I said, y'all, she was on 50 and I was on 100. Like, she could not match my level. Like, I was calling her all types of and it was crazy, y'all. So she over here trying to pretend like she fixing up stuff. And I'm like, yeah, because I want this to do something. I want her to do something so I can her up. So she gonna come over to where I'm at. She's like, Alicia, hold on. Okay, I had to make sure I mute the thing because I just touched the top by accident. She's like, Alicia, you need to get out of the store. Because then at this point, I was blacking so much and I was like, yeah, and today's my last day. I quit, bitch. I quit. You don't gotta worry about seeing me no more because I quit. So when she had came over, she's like, Alicia, because I think she was getting scared at this point because she never, like I said, y'all, this is a whole brand new girl that she's seeing. She like, Alicia, you need to get out the store. I'm like, get out? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? It's 7 degrees outside. I'll get out when my ride gets here. She was like, no, you need to get out right now. I was like, so make me get out. I want you to physically remove me from the store and get up. Play with me if you want to. Play with me. She was just like, scurries to the back of the store. She ain't want no smoke. Because it's like, girl, no offense to anyone who's in their 40s, but like, don't try to go toe to toe with a 19-year-old because it's a higher chance at 40 you might get a little bit injured quicker, especially if you're not working out and eating healthy. And that bitch was not doing that. Look at her name, Roly Poly. Okay, I would have wilded her out. Like, I probably would have went to jail effing this lady up.
You are going to jail, period,
because I would have violated her. Okay, so yeah, I didn't really, I'm sorry, y'all, I did a little clickbait. I didn't really physically, you know what I'm saying, but I still put her in her place. Okay, so she walks to the back of the store. She didn't want no smoke, but y'all, I was very staticky. Like, I wanted to fight her. Like, it was at a point where I was mad enough that I was ready to beat that ass. Okay, she walks to the back of the store, don't do nothing. So finally, my mother pulls up, and I really wanted to slam the door, but I think when I walked out, I was like, yeah, bye, you fat ass bitch. That's how I walked out, left with a bang. I should have knocked the table over. I should have knocked the rack over. But you know, I kept it classy in that realm because I already done cursed the lady out. So when I got in the car, I had told my mom what had happened. And she was like, Alicia, you know, you can't let your emotions get the best of you like that. And da-da-da-da-da-da. Because now basically I don't have a job. But I'm like, mommy, like, it's fine. Like, I was really tired of this lady. Like, she was really playing games with me. She was picking on me. And it's like, at this point, no, like, I'm good. Like, I'm just gonna find another job. So yeah, that's basically our story, y'all, on how I fought my manager. Really just cussed out because she really, you know, pushed my buttons one too many times, and she thought I was some scary ass hoe. And it's like, she learned that I'm October 31st. Since you want to play, okay, let's play. So yeah, that's that story, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. Basically, yeah, I quit the job. I never seen that lady ever again in my life. I never went back to that mad rag. The only time I went back was to pick up my check, because this was the time too where they wasn't doing direct deposit for some reason. It was only paper checks. So I went to go pick up my check, and thankfully, you know, she wasn't there. I said hello to everyone. They was like, oh my God, Alicia. I'm like, hey. They was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, I got a new job. When I tell you I got a new job 2 weeks later, I had a new job already lined up 2 weeks later. And that was at CVS. And I don't think I have too many stories for CVS. Like, I'm really going to have to go back into my memory bank to think of that. But I'll definitely have CVS story times. And yeah, that's basically that story, y'all, on how I fought my manager. If you made it to the end, and if you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Later.
I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Sure that you cry for